Thanks, Laura. Currently 63 degrees in downtown Comanche under partly cloudy skies. 8:29 now. Time for Coffee Talk, brought to you by Comanche Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture. Check them out at #Explore Comanche, Texas. As we say good morning to Cynthia Newton from Hope Counseling. How we doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm hanging in there for a Monday. I can't complain.
Monday.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do it for you. Might as well
That's
get
right.
out there and hit that thing.
That's right.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about sleep.
Oh man, that's something I can get behind right there. I'm behind on sleep, literally.
Yeah, me too. That's why I come dragging this morning.
I'm
like,
thinking that's
oh,
a
man.
big one when we start talking
It
mental health.
actually is kind of big, and I'm having a hard time here. So we're going to do it. Okay.
There you go.
Whatever. Anyway, so sleep. People are like, oh, I sleep here, I sleep there, I sleep everywhere. And anyway, sorry, I'm being really dumb this morning. But sleep is actually really, really, really important, and the amount of sleep and the type of sleep you get is really important to both your physical health, your mental health, and all sorts of factors that contribute to your well-being.
Sure.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
We have to sleep in order to be able to function.
They call it beauty sleep for a reason.
Yeah, you haven't had much lately.
Hey! I walked right into that,
You
didn't I?
did. You totally opened that door. So, sleep is so crucial that even light sleep deprivation or poor sleep can affect memory, judgment, and mood. In addition to symptoms of sleepiness, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to a variety of health issues ranging from obesity and high blood pressure to safety risks such as driving or operating machinery. A major contributor to the lack of sleep is stress. Imagine
Go figure.
that. Go
There you
figure. So according to the American Psychological Association, 62% of stress is attributed to money, 61% is related to work stressors, and also 42% of adults report that their sleep quality is fair or poor, and 43% report that stress has caused them to lie awake at night in the past month. Okay, so there you go. You got sleep.
Who can't
Or
relate
lack
to that?
of, and
Yeah.
stress. Yeah, I mean, who can't relate to this? All right,
Yeah.
Cynthia. Okay, so now what do we do about it? Stop stressing. A
Oh,
lot
yeah.
easier
No
said
problem.
than done.
No problem.
So many is when the length and quality of their sleep decreases. So, did you catch that?
Yeah.
So, when your sleep decreases, your stress is going to increase.
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of a cool thing to think about.
That's a catch-22.
It
isn't
is. So more than 1/3 of teens, 35%, report that stress caused them to lay awake at night in the past month. Stress increases heart rate, thus activating the sympathetic system, making it harder to sleep. Moreover, individuals will have more shallow sleep stages, waking up more easily and not receive the full restorative benefits. Our bodies function to maintain homeostasis, although stress can be viewed positively, especially in instances of survival, such as fight or flight.
Yeah.
Chronic stress is detrimental to the body. With long-term stress, muscles are continuously tense, which might cause headaches and neck strain and continued heightened levels of cortisol, which can cause weight gain and inflammation in the body, leading to a suppressed immune system. Are we catching how all this
It's
comes
just snowballing
together?
into
Yeah, I mean,
into
it's like a huge
terrible
snowball
thing.
effect.
Yeah.
So given the importance of sleep, the lack of sleep increases in individuals' susceptibility to disease. Our bodies mobilize and inhibit expansive projects to provide energy, decreasing immunity. So the immune system defends against infections and illness. However, chronic or repeated stressors suppress immune function, leaving the individual to fall victim to disease. Your endocrine system, regulated by the brain, is also affected. This can influence everything from mood to blood sugar metabolism and reproduction. So if you're trying to have a baby and you're wondering why you can't get pregnant, I mean, all of these things can be a factor. Likewise, stress causes your blood pressure to be continuously raised, putting a strain on your heart and circulatory system. Without change, an individual will experience continued health problems that can become generational. Oh my gosh, so you're sitting here going, wow, like all of that can be affected from a lack of sleep? Absolutely. This is why sleep is so important, and trying to find out why you're suffering from insomnia or why you're not getting enough sleep. And 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night is not enough for anybody.
Right. I can attest to that. Yeah.
I mean, it is not. and 7 or 8 hours of sleep is what's optimal. And for younger ages, of course, more than that. So you got to really be aware of this. All right, so how do you sleep better? Avoid light disruption. Excess light exposure can throw off your sleep and rhythm. Blackout curtains over your windows or a sleep mask over your eyes can block light and prevent it from interfering with your rest. Set a fixed wake-up time every single day, even on the weekends, even when you don't have to go to work, even when you have to do something. Try to maintain that time.
I have a problem with that.
It is close to impossible for your body to get accustomed to a healthy sleep routine if you are constantly waking up at separate times. And stick with it, even on the weekends or other days when you would otherwise be tempted to sleep in. Adjust your schedule gradually. When you need to change your sleep schedule, it is best to adjust little by little and over time with the maximum difference of 1 to 2 hours per night. This allows your body to get used to the changes so that following your new schedule is more sustainable. Okay? Don't do a drastic change. That's, all of a sudden, which, if you're you can't help it, but all of a sudden, if you're working day shift and you go to night shift, and to change that drastically, you're going to suffer.
That too.
Suffer from some sleep deprivation because your body's not accustomed to it. So those drastic changes are not good. Wind down at least 30 minutes. It's much easier to doze off smoothly if you are at ease. Quiet reading, minimal impact stretching, listening to soothing music, and relaxation exercises are examples of a way to get into the right frame of mind for sleep. Disconnect from devices such as tablets, cell phones, laptops, because these can keep your brain wired. I've talked to y'all about this before. You gotta unplug, making it hard, because if you don't, it takes a longer time for you to unwind and truly wind down. The light from these devices can also suppress your natural production of melatonin. As much as possible, try to disconnect at least 30 minutes or more before going to bed. They say 2 hours. And I know that's difficult, but try to unplug and don't just sit there in bed trying to go to sleep but playing on your phone or doing whatever you're doing. Be mindful of alcohol. Alcohol can induce drowsiness, so some people are keen on a nightcap before bed. Unfortunately, alcohol affects the brain in ways that can lower sleep quality. And for that reason, it is best to avoid alcohol in the lead up to bedtime.
Okay.
So it may help you go to sleep, but you're not going to be getting that deep sleep, or it's not going to be quality sleep. Do not smoke. Exposure to smoke, including secondhand smoke, has been associated with a range of sleeping problems. There are 10 or more that's been arranged, but including difficulty falling asleep and fragmented sleep. So smoking right before bed, which smokers do, can actually cause you not to sleep well. So there you go. Identify some sources of stress so that you can then sleep better. So how are we going to manage our stress? Identify your major stressors, whether it's job, family, life, COVID, the lack thereof, politics, I don't know.
Pets.
Kids. Anyway, money. Anyway, but also your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that contribute to your everyday stress levels. So it may just be that basic, major stressors, but the way you think about it, and I've talked about this, if you negatively think about it, it's going to affect you in a much greater realm than if you at least can find some positive aspect of it. So focus on the positive. There's 4 A's to managing stress. Okay? You got these? I'm going to test you next week.
Okay, write this down.
Avoid unnecessary stress. So your first A is avoid. All right?
Okay. Learn
to say no. Limit time with people who cause stress and take control of your environment. So avoid. Alter. I can't read. Alter. Alter. So we've got avoid and alter. Alter the situation. Express how you feel. Be willing to compromise and create balance. So alter your situation.
Okay.
Adapt. Reframe problems and look at the bigger picture. So we've got avoid, alter, and adapt. So you're going to adapt. You're going to reframe your problems and look at the bigger picture. Okay? And number 4, accept. Accept the things you can't change.
Don't sweat the petty stuff.
That's right. Get that chip off your shoulder. Express how you feel and do not try to control the uncontrollable. So, what are the 4 A's?
You got avoid,
Uh-huh.
alter,
Uh-huh. Adapt.
adapt,
And
But totally lost the last
Accept.
one. Accept. Yeah.
Okay. So avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. Remember those 4 A's to help you manage stress, okay? Practice mindfulness, paying attention to daily life and the things we typically rush through. It's about turning down the volume in your mind by coming back to the body. Connect with friends. Humans are social creatures. We crave feeling supported, valued, and connected. Studies show that being socially connected increases happiness and leads to better health and longer life. It helps overcome feelings of loneliness and isolation. Go for a walk. Exercise can also improve your sleep quality, which can be negatively affected by stress and anxiety. Self-care. Again, self-care. We still come back to self-care every single time. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to be productive. You're not going to be able to be a good parent. You're not going to be able to be good at anything if you're not taking care of yourself. So you can try, but it's not going to work.
It's the simple things.
Absolutely.
A bunch of people will go, well, I'm social on my phone.
Yeah.
I talk to everybody, and that's nuts.
Yeah, and it's really, and I'm going to tell y'all, I mean, there's an app for everything, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, we've got all these different sleep things now with smartwatches and all this stuff, and I've been actually monitoring my sleep now for, I guess, about 3 weeks.
How you doing?
No wonder I'm so tired.
No. See, I don't want to know. I don't want to know the next day I get up and it goes, hey, by the way, today is going to be crap because you didn't sleep, right?
You know, but it does. It looks at my sleep, like how deep a sleep I go into, how long I stay asleep. It looks at, this one's looking at external noises that might be affecting that. And,
wow.
You know, I mean, it can actually register all of that. So it's really kind of neat, especially if you're trying to figure out, hey, why am I so tired?
Yeah.
As to what might be actually happening so
Sure.
that you can fix it. Because it is fixable, okay? I mean, I've been kind of doing this research project on me just to see what happens so that I can fix it and change it and make it better. Because I knew there was something going on with me. No comments, please.
I should have got you back right there. I let that one slide by.
But, all right. So remember those 4 A's, guys. Avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. All right. Try to manage your stress. Do what you can. Realize that those are highly important as you move forward in order to be able to sleep. And sleep is extremely important for managing your physical health as well as your mental health. We're here to help you. Hope Counseling of Texas with 4 offices located in Hamilton, Dublin, Comanche, and Eastland. Please feel free to contact us. Our office number is 325-356-1105. Anything that we can do to support you. You can also find us on Facebook at Hope Counseling of Texas. Hold on, I've got a question. What effects can lack of sleep here have on a person's mental health? Okay, so lack of sleep on a person's mental health. Real quick answer to that is that it can, if you already have a mental illness, it can cause you to be, exasperate that mental illness,
Sure.
such as depression can cause you to be more depressed. It can actually, if you don't have a mental illness, lead to an onset of a mental illness. If you have anxiety, it can make it worse. It can sometimes lead to hallucinations and delusions and all sorts of things from sleep deprivation
Sure.
that maybe even a person that didn't have those kinds of things can have. So the lack of sleep has a huge effect on a person's mental health, as well as being irritable, angry, less patient, all these things.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Good questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking that question, Jayla. Appreciate it.
All right, Cynthia
All right.
Newton with Hope Counseling.
We'll see y'all next week. Thank you. Remember, 325-356-1105.
All right, Cynthia, thanks a lot. Right now, it's Shotgun Rider on Real Country Variety, 94.3 The Ox. Good morning.